Hi, I'm David Harp. You know, music is around us every day, from birds singing, to radios playing, to mom or dad humming away. Music is a big part of making everybody's life more fun. And that's why I'm so thrilled that Discovery Toys asked me to teach you how to make your own music. Have you ever been frustrated trying to learn to play a musical instrument? Well, the harmonica is incredibly easy to play. In fact, if you can breathe in and breathe out, you've already mastered the first step. Learning to play the harmonica has been one of the most exciting things I've ever done in my life. It sounds great, it feels great to play, and best of all, you can do it anywhere and anytime. And I'm going to teach you how to play today. You can use the harmonica in lots of different ways. You might want to play in a rock and roll band. Or walking down a country road. You can play to entertain yourself and your friends. And a person with a harmonica in their pocket never has a dull moment in their life. I know you just can't wait to put your harmonica into your mouth. Hold it like you would hold a sandwich that you were eating with your left hand. Do it this way no matter whether you're a lefty or a righty. Now breathe in and out through the harmonica. Slow and fast. And now I'd like to introduce you to some of my musical buddies from Deer Park, who are going to be learning to play right along with you and me. Let's go over there for a minute. Everybody got their harmonica? Okay, gang, work out on those harmonicas, and that includes you too at home. If you like, press the pause button on your VCR and have some fun just making sounds for a minute. And when you're ready to go on, press the play button. Remember, you're in charge of the buttons on your VCR, so if anything seems hard or you want some extra practice time, just keep rewinding a section and watching it over and over, like this. Over and over, like this. The harmonica was invented in Germany in the mid-1800s and used to play German folk music, like Ach du lieber Augustin. By the time of the Civil War, the harmonica had reached the United States, where it was used by troops on both sides. By the late 1800s, down where the Mississippi River runs into the Gulf of Mexico, African American people discovered the harmonica, and they created a unique way of playing it too, which we now call the blues. It was the blues that eventually gave birth to rock and roll music and jazz music, as well as soul, disco, and rap, the types of music known and loved by people around the world today. Today, there are lots of different types of harmonicas, ranging from the tiny little lady to the giant 64. But the most common type of harmonica is the standard 10-hole model, exactly like the one you and I have. Got your harp in your hand? Harp's a nickname for the harmonica. Some other nicknames are mouth organ, mouth harp, Mississippi saxophone, and my favorite, the tin sandwich. Let's take a closer look at our harmonicas. Hold it so that you can see the 10 little numbers. Now practice breathing in and out on your harmonica while I tell you how to take care of it. Your new harmonica is a sturdy instrument, but here are a few tips that will help it to stay in good shape for a long time. First of all, keep it in its case, even when it's in your pocket. Always rinse your mouth out after you eat, but before you play, so that you don't blow food through your harmonica. And don't play it too loud. You can make lots of good music playing softly. Your harmonica is very easy to clean. If you should happen to drop it in a dirty place, just wipe it off with a damp cloth. Are you ready to start playing? All you need to do is learn a couple of hand signals. When I go like this, breathe in. And when I go like this, breathe out. Practice it for a minute without the harmonica. In and out. In and out. Try to make your breath change exactly when my hand changes directions. It can be tricky, especially if I change speed like this. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Why don't you rewind and practice that for a while without your harmonica? Now take your harmonica in the left-handed sandwich grip and look at the numbers on top. Put your mouth over the middle holes so you cover numbers 4, 5, and 6. Let your upper lip go way over the top of the harmonica and your lower lip way under it so that your teeth almost but not quite touch the front. Breathe out through those 4, 5, and 6 holes, then in. Do it again. Now let's join my friends at Deer Park and practice for a while. Now do it along with us. Try to make your sound match ours. Ready, gang? Yeah. Here we go. Ready for the in? In, out, in. Very good. By the way, try not to let any air go in or out through your nose while you're breathing in and out through your harmonica. It's almost like pinching your nose shut. This gives you more air to use through the harmonica. Let's try some low notes now. Put your lips over the 1, 2, and 3 holes and breathe in and out. Now, the low notes of the harmonica are very sensitive to tension in the throat. Try to relax your throat and get a nice relaxed sound. Because if your throat and neck are all tensed up, you'll get a tight sound. If you do get a tight sound on your harmonica at first, well, that's just tension in your throat. As you learn to relax, it will sound better. Now let's try some high notes. Put your lips over the 8, 9, and 10 holes and breathe in and out. Not too loud, though. It can get kind of shrill. And let's learn the last sign, the stop sign. Put your lips over the middle of your harp and just breathe in and out fast. Stop as soon as you see my hand. Okay, now we're going to work on the stop sign. Are you ready, gang? Watch my hand closely. Now play. Now might be a good time to rewind the video and practice playing along with my hand signals. It's a little bit like playing Simon Says when you were a kid, only with your harmonica. There's only one more thing we have to learn before we start playing some rock and roll on our harmonicas, and that's how to keep a steady beat. Practice clapping along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make your hands hit exactly when mine do. 3 once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Try to make your hands hit exactly when mine do. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Are you ready for our first rock and roll session? All you've got to do is learn one simple breathing pattern, and you'll be ready to rock out. I'd like you to practice this first without your harmonica. There's going to be 7 beats of in, out, in, out, in, out, in, followed by 9 beats of silence, in which I'll sing to you about what you're going to do next. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. In, out, in, out, in, out, in. Then you take a little break and you do it again. Now, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Then you take another break and you do it again. Now, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Just watch my hand, it will tell you when to begin. Now, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Okay, you've practiced it without the harmonica. Now put your harmonica in your mouth with your lips covering the 4, 5, and 6 holes, and be ready to breathe in at the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you take a little break and you do it again. Now, watch my hand very closely, it tells you when to start. Now, let's do it once more, make it nice and clear. Now, then you take a little breath and you do it again. Then you take a little break and you do it a couple more times. Cut it off nice and sharp and it sounds so good. Now, that was really good. Sometimes I like to play solo, that is, without any background music. And one of my favorite solo harmonica pieces is the train. The train is very easy to play on the harmonica. All you need to do is breathe in twice on the 1, 2, and 3 holes, and then out twice in a steady rhythm. And there's your train. All aboard? Try it now without your harmonica. Just breathe along with me in sharp little breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, out, out, in, out, out. If you feel at all dizzy doing that, well, just use less breath. As your lungs get used to processing lots of air, you'll be able to play longer and longer at a time. Okay, now put your lips on the 1, 2, and 3 holes. Get ready to breathe in twice. Do it gently and relaxedly, because if you're tense, you'll get a kind of tense sound. That's okay at first though, so don't worry about it. Ready for the train? Lips on 1, 2, and 3. At the count of 4, breathe in twice, then out twice in a nice steady rhythm. Here we go. All aboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. The blues is just about my favorite type of harmonica music, and I'd like to teach you how to do some too. I'm going to show you how to do an 8-beat piece of harmonica music called a blues riff. It's really easy. All you've got to do is put your lips over the 4 and 5 holes, breathe in for 3 beats, breathe out for 1 beat, breathe in for 1 more beat, and then have 3 beats of silence. So put your lips over the 4 and 5 holes, start with your lungs empty, and get ready. Right about now, watch my hand. Start out with those lungs pretty empty. 1, 2, again. Let's do it again now. 1, 2, again. Lots of different types of music have come out of the blues. Rap is very popular these days, and a lot of people think it's a modern form of music. Yet rap can be considered to come out of the blues rhyming style of music called the dozens. I'd like to teach you an easy way to make your own blues rhyming music. All you'll have to do is learn 1 new 4-beat riff and pick up a couple of rhyming words. Here's how to do the riff. You're going to breathe in once on the 1, 2, and 3 holes, out twice, and in once again, with 2 beats of silence. The timing's a bit tricky, but if you listen to it and watch my hand closely, you'll get it. This starts at the count of 3, not 4. Like this. 1, 2, 3. A beat and a beat. A beat and a beat. It sounds so neat. With a beat and a beat. Once more. That's just right. A beautiful sight. I'm not so much of a fright. They're playing it right. After you learn the blues rhyming riff, you might enjoy making up your own lyrics. All you gotta do is pick 2 rhyming words and fit them in between the riffs. It's like writing a 2-line poem. When we cover 3 holes of the harmonica with our mouth and play, we're playing what is known as a chord. A chord is 3 or 4 notes that sound good when played together. Luckily for us, the harmonica is arranged so that wherever we put our mouths, we get a chord. That sounds okay, at least. Now, it's also important to eventually be able to play single notes. There are 2 ways to be able to do this. The old way involves covering 4 holes on the harmonica and then blocking the 3 left holes with your tongue. That's hard to do. The best way to get single notes is to make your face into what I call the fish face. Make a small round hole with your mouth as though you were drinking through a straw or whistling, and then put that small mouth hole over the harmonica pole, and presto, you get a single note. So keep practicing on the number 1 and the number 10 single notes. They're the easiest. Once you get the hang of them, start working on some of the middle notes. Single noting takes some practice, but you'll get it. Harmonica notation is an easy way of writing down harmonica music. Harmonica notation tells you which hole number to use and whether to breathe in or out on that hole. This is my harmonica notation system. 4 in means breathe in on the 4 hole. 6 out means breathe out on the 6 hole. It's as easy as that. Here's the notation for the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. We'll be playing it soon. I like to use the words in and out, but some other harmonica notation writers like to use little arrows to show you the in and out breaths. Either way, harmonica notation is really easy to use. If you can't get single notes, you can still use harmonica notation. Just aim your lips at the hole that's written down and let the hole on either side slip in. It'll still sound just fine. So if you see the note 5 out written, you'll just aim at the 5 hole, but play the 4, 5, and 6 holes that we've used so often. You should be tapping your foot in a steady beat when you play a song. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all there is to reading harmonica notation. And once you can do it, you can go into a music store and buy books of harmonica notation. Then you'll be able to play literally thousands of songs, from Beethoven to the Beatles. Now it's time to start playing some great songs. If you think about it, there are only 2 main parts to playing a song. The first is knowing when to breathe in and out. The second part is knowing which holes to do it on. I'm going to teach you to play songs in 2 different ways. In the simpler way, I'm just going to have you put your lips over the 4, 5, and 6 holes and breathe in and out with my hand signals. This will be on the top part of the screen. At the same time, I'll be showing you the actual notes used, written in harmonica notation on the bottom of the screen. After you've played the 4, 5, and 6 hole in and out version a few times by watching me on the top screen, you'll be ready to look over at the actual notation on the bottom and play the song using the real notes. Here are a few last hints for playing the 4, 5, and 6 hole versions of the following songs. Most important, watch my hand closely. If I move my hand out slowly, play a long out note. If I move it in slowly, play a long in note. If I move my hand out fast a couple of times, play a couple of out notes or a couple of in notes. Now you're ready to play your first song. It's one that I know you all know, but you may not know that it was written by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Are you ready to play your first real song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Well, watch my hand signals for in and out breaths a few times before you even put your harmonica in your mouth. Then place your lips over the 4, 5, and 6 holes and get ready for some out breaths at the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was fun, wasn't it? Now there are 3 different ways you can continue to use this video. If your lips are starting to get a bit tired, you can take a break. If you enjoyed the simplified version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you can continue on, look at the top screens, and play the simplified versions of Oh Susanna, Beethoven's Ninth, and Oh When the Saints Go Marching In. Or, if you'd like to start working from harmonica notation, you can rewind the tape and start playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star from the notation on the bottom half of the screen. Remember, you don't need to worry about getting single notes yet, but you do have to move your lips the right amount. For instance, from the 4 hole to the 6 in the beginning of Twinkle, Twinkle. Don't feel like you have to play the whole song all the way through. No one can do that. Just work on one line at a time, and soon enough you'll be doing the whole thing. So if you're tired, take a break, and if you're not, rewind to the beginning of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and continue to work on that, or go on to Oh, Susanna. Now we're going to play Oh, Susanna. The simplified version is on top, the actual notation's on the bottom. I don't have too many special instructions for this American folk favorite by Stephen Foster. There's one place where there are 5 in notes in a row, the Don't You Wait For Me part, so make sure your lungs are pretty empty by the time you get there. Otherwise, it starts at the count of 3, right about now. 1, 2, 3. Now rewind to work more on Oh, Susanna, or keep going and try some Beethoven. We are now going to perform the 4th movement of Beethoven's 9th Symphony. There are a few difficult parts to this, which I would like to practice in advance. Please place your lips over the 4, 5, and 6 holes of your harmonica. The first piece has a long in note followed by 2 quick outs, like this. Again. The second piece is the reverse. It has a long out followed by 2 quick ins. Again. The third difficult part has an in followed by a fast out, in, out sequence like this. Again. Please rewind and practice those 3 pieces if you think you need to. And now we're going to play one of the world's best loved classical pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. What a beautiful song. And it happens to be one that sounds just as good played with chords as with single notes. So rewind for some more work on Beethoven's 9th, or go on to When the Saints Go Marching In. This Dixieland melody has lots of notes that are held for a long time, and some places where there are a lot of out notes in a row. So you may have to catch a quick breath anywhere you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you would like to be able to play songs by ear, you'll have to learn the major scale, Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The major scale is kind of like a musical alphabet. The 7 notes of the major scale can be used to play thousands of our most popular songs. The easiest and most complete major scale can be played between holes number 4 and 7. Once you've mastered the major scale, you can start learning some other important scales, like the blues scale and the minor scale. Here are the first few notes of some well-known songs that you can learn to play by ear. Pick the one you like the best, play the first few notes from my notation, then figure out the rest. Have fun! Now you're a pocket musician too. You can play enough to enjoy a lifetime of music on your harmonica. Go back and play along with us as often as you like. And remember, keep your harmonica in your pocket so that wherever you go, you can make your own music.